Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the circulatory system. So I'm going to give you a broad overview of blood flow. Then, on my next videos, I'm going to be talking about blood flow through the heart. So what happens here? So in our body, we have arteries. Arteries always take blood away from this ventricular cavity. The ventricles are the bottom cavity of the heart, so it's always taking blood away from this ventricular cavity. So if you were to look right here, the ventricle is going to pump blood into this artery right here. That's called the aorta. And so we're taking blood away from that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through this capillary. So the capillaries allow exchange. And so what's happening is I'm dropping off oxygen in the body and I'm picking up the carbon dioxide. I'm dropping off food to the body and I'm picking up the waste from the body, right? And so that's what our capillaries do. They do that grand exchange. Now this deoxygenated blood is going to come back to the heart, and the heart is going to pump it out through the lungs. So this is the pulmonary arteries. So the pulmonary arteries are deoxygenated blood. So pulmonic arteries, deoxygenated. Systemic arteries right here, right, the arteries going to the body, also called the general arteries, is going to be oxygenated. Why? Because our body needs oxygen, but the whole point of pumping blood to the lungs is so we can get oxygen. All right, and so we got our pulmonic arteries for pumping deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and then with our capillaries. All right, so what are we doing with the lungs? We're sucking oxygen out of the air and putting it into the blood. So as I go down these capillaries, you see I'm going from blue, deoxygenated, to oxygenated. And then that oxygenated blood is coming back to the lungs right here. Back from the lungs to the heart. And then that heart is going to pump it out to the body again, right? Now a couple of things to note. Number one, these are not linked in that, okay, look, if the blood went up this time, it's got that exact red blood cell has to go back up the next time. It doesn't have to be there, right? So, you know, one time the heart's pumping the blood, it might go up. The very next time, that same red blood cell is going to go down. You know, one time the heart pumps the blood to the left upper lobe. Next time it's going to be the right lower lobe, right? There's no exact path that these red blood cells are going through, right? But what's going to happen is the blood is going to be pumped to the body as oxygenated. It's going to come back either through the inferior vena cava or superior vena cava as deoxygenated and get pumped back out to the lungs, right? Now in that pulmonary artery. So it's either going to go through the right pulmonary arteries or the left pulmonary arteries. All right, and then where it does track at, where it's kind of locked in, if it goes to the left pulmonary arteries, it's going to come back to the left pulmonary veins. If it goes to the right pulmonary arteries, it's going to come back through the right pulmonary veins. If it goes to the lower body, it's going to come back through the inferior vena cava. If it goes to the upper body, it's going to come back through the inferior vena cava. Alright guys, well I hope this helps. For more detail on the rest of the circulation, see my other videos.